I want to let some folks jump on. I have 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I see people adding to the list and jumping on here. Kevin Jones, Lori Stye, Ryan Shive. Look at the folks jumping on. Tom Gavin, Liz Pittman, Kelly Combs. Man, we got a good group that are jumping on here for today's webinar. It's going to be a great one. I have been looking forward to doing this all day because I know how valuable what we're going to talk about can be for you. There's a big missing structure that a lot of people have. Okay. There's a big missing structure, Mike Dole, that a lot of people have, and we're going to attack that missing structure. Okay. And I asked one of my team members today, Kara Palmer on my team, do you feel like, okay, about midday today, I said, Kara, do you feel like you have gone through things in your past that would be incredibly valuable for other people? Have you gone through heartache, or breakdowns, or breakups, or you learned certain things? And she said, of course, Coach. Okay, all of us have, right? You're going to find out tonight we've all been through heartache, breakdowns, breakups, certain experiences. That's not our problem, by the way. That's not the problem we're going to attack tonight. The problem we're going to attack is how do you package your past and then sell your past to other people to help them with their bigger futures. And that's a big problem. Packaging the past is a big problem. Okay, so number one, I want to welcome you tonight. I'm Coach Micheal Burt. If you don't know who I am, many of you do. I've been coaching for the last 28 years. I'll be 44 years old in just a few weeks. And all my life, since I was 15 years old, I've been coaching people. First as a women's basketball coach, and then ultimately as a business coach, life coach of some of the top people in the world, mostly business coaching. But one of the gifts along the way that the good Lord gave me is the ability to take my past and figure out a way to package it up in a way that I could share with the world through speaking, coaching, training, books, online academies, webinars. And this is really what people struggle to do. So I want to welcome you to the webinar tonight. I'll go about 45 minutes, and then I'll take a Q&A. I want you to stick around to the very end because there's a special offer I'm going to make to everybody on the webinar. I believe you have something unique and special. I believe the missing structure for you is you don't know how to package and sell it to the world. You don't know how to monetize it, is a better way of saying it. Well, I have figured out how to produce millions of dollars by just going back into my past, finding unique things about that past, packaging it up into books and these different things, and then selling it. I've learned how to market it. I've learned how to distribute it. I've learned how to deliver it. And I'm guessing you're on here tonight because of these 3 questions. Number one, have you ever been through something in your life? Have you ever been through something in your life that you believe would be helpful to another person as they go through it? Have you ever gone through something in your life, in your past, that you believe, if told, shared, packaged, would be helpful to other people as they go through what you went through? And I've got some incredible stories of that. Number 2, do you believe your past, Tom Gavin, can help other people build their future? Okay, I want to say it again. Do you believe that your past, right? Do you believe that your past can help other people to build their future? And the answer is going to be yeah, man. Absolutely. Number 3, have you ever had a desire to share your message with a bigger audience? You see, a lot of times when I'm coaching people, what I'm sharing are all of the experiences that have shaped me in my life, molded me in my life, made me who I am, the thought patterns. I'll share some of those with you tonight. And it could be from growing up not knowing my father or having a strong relationship with my father that actually has made me a strong man and a great dad. And that's a past. Or being raised by a single mother who taught me certain things, that's in my past. Or making bad decisions from 20 to 30 years old that I learned from, or being completely rejected at 25 and going through depression and then becoming the foremost leader on confidence in the world because of that. All of this is in the past, by the way. Okay. So my guess is you're here tonight because, you know, you've been through something. You believe your past can help me build a future, and you got a desire to share it. Right. I mean, that's why you're here tonight. Some of you may know me. Some of you may not know me. Some of you are here because you're in the coaching program, a Monster Producer with me, but you got a desire. You got a desire. You got something to share. Okay. So I want you to think about what your gift is, because it's important. One of my gifts is helping a person dig into their past. Okay. Package that past and sell that past. Okay. It's one of my gifts. Everybody's got gifts. I can't fix a car. I'm geographically illiterate, right? Like I just booked something for me to speak out in Idaho today, which is like Jackson Hole, Wyoming, or right there in Idaho, right? Like I couldn't tell you where it's at, how to get there. Can't cook, can't fix a car. I don't have any gifts in those areas. But one of my gifts is helping you find what makes you unique, and then helping you figure out how to package it where another person can learn from it, and then helping you sell it. Okay. Now, what does that mean? It means, I want you to listen to these statements, and you can ask questions throughout the webinar. You can make comments. Your past, this is the best way I can say it tonight, helps other people to build their futures. Your past helps me build my future. I'm paying for your past. You say, what? I thought you're here to help me in the present. You are. But how do you help me in the present is based on what you've learned in the past. Your experiences, your life, your learnings. Your experiences, you've been through things I haven't been through. Your life, you lived a life I haven't lived. Your learnings, who you've been mentored by, right? Like when I'm coaching people, they get a lot of covey because I was so deeply scripted from 18 to 25 years old by Dr. Stephen Covey. Whole person theory, 7 habits of highly effective people, character ethic versus personality ethic. Like, right? My past, I learned that from 18 to 25. I'm almost 44 years old. I'm coaching people today on things I learned from 18 to 25. So number one, you got to get in your brain. Most coaches tell you don't live in the past. Don't live in the past. And I would tell you, don't live there, but go there, extract that value, use that past, use it, right? Leverage it. Okay. Number two, your past is the raw material to build something magical. All the good stuff. You know, my wife did drugs every day from 21 to 24 years old. She had no direction, no guidance, no purpose, no good friends. Maybe she had friends, but they weren't good friends because they let her just run wild. She was raised in a Christian home, but then she came to the city of Murfreesboro and just went wild. And, you know, she came to one of my workshops and on a book I wrote called This Ain't No Practice Life. She found her purpose. She found her direction. Oh, and she found a husband. Now, here's my point. Now my wife's writing her own books. Now my wife is a lot more sophisticated. Now my wife now has her own dreams. Now my wife is managing millions of dollars of our real estate. Now my wife is running our Monster Health division. She can tell a person, look, let me tell you something. From 21 to 24, I had no direction, no guidance, no purpose, no direction, no nothing. I did drugs every day. How powerful is that story to tell people now? Now I run the health division of Monster Producer, Monster Health. What did I learn during that period? You don't want to be one of those people. Doing the drugs kills your dreams. It kills your future. It kills everything. It kills your brain cells. Now, here's my point. That's raw. That's real, man. That's real. It's real. But it's relevant. Okay? So for you, as a coach, I don't want you to live in the past, but I want you to learn how to go back and grab it and go, you know what? I've been through this. I can help you. I had this breakdown. I can help you. I learned this. I can help you. Number 3, your past is where all the gold is. All the good stuff, right, is in the past. Go back and let's find it, okay? But the past is finite. It's fixed, okay? The future's infinite, holds unlimited possibility. So tonight we're going to do this. Here's our goal. We're going to help find what makes you special. And I know each of us are special in our own way. No two humans are alike. No two people. You were uniquely formed. I believe that. You are unique. You are special. Okay? But you got to figure out what makes me special. What makes me special? Number 2, we got to figure out how to package what makes you special. And that none of that matters if we can't figure out how to sell what makes you special. This is the biggest missing structure I see people have. I got an idea. I got a book. I got a past. I don't know how to sell it. I don't know how to package it. I don't know how to write the book. I don't know how to create a webinar. I don't know how to build a private Facebook page. I don't know how to get a speaking engagement in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I don't know how to do any of these things. Okay, that's what we're talking about tonight. How to package and sell your past. I also talk about these in depth in my $1 Million Mentoring Program, which is a 4-week program. Some of you are in, some of you need to be in. I talk about it in great detail at the $1 Million Coaching Summit. And then I do a publishing summit too to help you write the book. I just came off one of those this past weekend in Florida. It was amazing. I mean, it was freaking amazing. Now, what does this mean? What makes us special? What makes us special? I want you to, if you got a notepad, I want you to write some things out right here. And this is going to be part of your assignment tonight. The only thing that makes us special is our past. That's it. Okay? No two people are the same. No two past are the same. You have your past and I have my past. Okay? We've got a guy here on our team, Justin Myers, who captured pirates in Somalia. Now, how many of you got a bud or a friend that captured pirates in Somalia? That's unique. It's a unique past. Okay? My past consists of these things. So when I was writing down what builds my story is it's not unique to be raised by a single mom because 50 to 6% of the population is raised by a single mom. What was unique is my mom took me down to the baseball field. Okay? And when my mom took me to the baseball field, I got exposed to a great coach when I was 6 years old. And that great coach said, son, one of these days you're going to be a great coach. Man, I had an advantage because I had a great coach sewing into me. At 15 years old, I started to develop a love for coaching. 2 things happened to me at 15 that made me unique. One, I went to a leadership camp that no other student at my high school got to go through, called the Broy Hill Leadership Academy in North Carolina. I was the only kid at my high school that got to go. I had a dentist, of all people, a dentist who had a dramatic arts background, teach me how to speak. He said, come up to my house every night. I'm going to teach you how to speak. Man, it changed my life. And I started coaching junior pro basketball at 15 years old. Do you know one of my buddies started refereeing junior pro basketball when he was 12, 13 years old? Guess what he does today? He's an NBA official. Youngest NBA official in the United States. Okay? Because of his past. He hadn't written a book on it. He hadn't told other people how to do it because that's an elite position. Okay? 18 years old, I got exposed to Dr. Stephen Covey. How many 18-year-olds are getting exposed to Dr. Covey? I'm learning the 7 habits of highly effective people. I'm understanding the whole person theory. I start my coaching career as a head basketball coach at 18. This is unique past. So when I'm looking back and I'm going, okay, what can I sell? What do I have that I can sell? I got grit and toughness. Where did I learn that? From my single mom. I got coaching ability. Where did I learn that? From that Little League baseball coach. I'm learning Covey, the whole person theory, 7 habits. I can sell that. Okay. I went to leadership academies. I can sell this because I got a leadership mind. Now, here, look at all these things. Now, if I were asking you guys to look back in your past, what do you have? What have you gone through that you can sell? I want you to think about this. What has been unique about your past? And it could be anything, man. It could be anything. Okay. At 22 years old, I became the youngest head coach in the state of Tennessee. That's unique. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, I could help other coaches. 25 years old, I've been coaching now for 10 years. I write my first book at 25 years old. And that's unique, right? And who did I write it for? Other coaches. I've done something they haven't done. Now, this is interesting. They asked Frank Abagnale. Frank Abagnale was the person they wrote the movie about, Catch Me If You Can. And Frank Abagnale pretended to be a doctor, airline pilot, a professor, and he was a fake. He went around the world conning people and scamming people. How he got up in an airplane and flew for an airline, I don't know. But they asked him, how did he become a professor when he had no education, no degree? Here's what he said. To be a professor, you just have to read one chapter ahead of the students. Now think about that. When I was 25, I'm going, man, what have I done that other people would want to know? Well, I figured out how to be a head coach. One of the things I figured out was how to get out of student teaching. I didn't have to student teach. I went straight from college to being a teacher and coach. I bypassed student teaching. I was the only person in Tennessee to do that. So I could have sold that to teachers. Now, my point is, for you, what have you been through that is unique? Okay. It's not, well, I just, I did this and I had an average high school and I did this. I'm like, what have you done? You've done some things. You've had some experiences. You've learned from somebody. Okay. 25 years old. It was pivotal for me, man. I went through a terrible breakup. I thought I'd met the woman of my dreams. She breaks up with me before I give her an engagement ring. I had to take an engagement ring back. If you've had a lonely day in your life, let me tell you what a lonely day is. Taking an engagement ring back. And the person behind the counter said, "Now, sir, why are you bringing this back?" And is it a broken engagement? That's what they said to me. And I said, "I will punch you in the face. Why do you think I'm bringing it back?" She told me she didn't love me, man. She told me she didn't want to get married to me. And so at 25 years old, it's so pivotal because here's what happened at 25. Had a terrible breakdown, clinically depressed, have my best season in coaching, all in 1 year, right? So how did I package that up, right? I went on to write a book called The Anatomy of Winning, about how to win. I went on to write a book about confidence called Swag, which is that book right over there, Course in Confidence. Went on to become one of the foremost leaders of confidence in the world. Right? All because of my past, man. Breakdowns create breakthroughs. Okay. 42 years old. People kept asking me, how did you go from a high school basketball coach to where you are today? How did you buy a private jet? How do you have these houses around the world? How did you build a multi-million-dollar coaching business? I said, you know what? Best way for me to answer that question is to write about it in a book called Single Digit Millionaire. From high school basketball coach to millionaire. Now, what am I doing? I'm using my past. And if you read this book, it tells you one of the number one questions I get asked, okay, is how did you go from here to there? What about your past? Where I did an interview yesterday. The dude he couldn't quit asking me the same question. He's like, man, help me understand this. You were a high school basketball coach making $24,000 a year. How did you go from there to here? Right? I'm like, let me tell you, man, here's what happened. 15 years old, 18, 22, 25, 31. That's how I went from here. I learned key things and I packaged it up. Then I sold it. Then I learned how to be a great salesperson. Then I learned how to be a great marketer. Then I had to learn how to be a great promoter. Then I learned how to help other people make millions of dollars. Then, right? What have you got, guys? What is your story? So here's the assignment. Literally sit down and draw it up. I like mental mapping. And mental mapping is, these are all the people that are on the call tonight. Mental mapping is, I literally just go, what were key moments in my life? All right, 6 years old, 15, 18, 22, 25, 31, 42. Boom, what happened? What happened each step of the way? Oh, that happened right there. Oh, who would want that? Boom, that person would. Oh, who's interested in this? This person would. Oh, boom. Right? I'm going back in my past, and these are called seminal moments or stories of origin. Story of origin is something that happened in your past that was so key and pivotal to your past. Right? These were big moments. Okay? Now, for you, What about your past has been valuable? 3 questions. Number 1, what have you been through? What have you been through? Not something common. Not the fact that you were a high school basketball player, or what have you been through? I'm talking the hell you've been through. I'm talking the breakdowns, okay? I'm talking about the breakthroughs. What have you been through? Number 2, what did you learn? What did you learn when you went through it? 25 years old, I learned that there is no such thing as rejection. Some will want what you have and some won't. So what? Let's keep on moving, right? I learned to never place my confidence in another person's hands. I learned to never place my value, my human life value, in the hands of another person. I learned to diversify my confidence. I learned that confidence is the memory of success. That's what I learned at 25. Okay. 3rd question, who have you learned under? See, part of what makes us unique is who we have studied under. Who we have studied under, okay? Who we have mentored under. This is why I tell people, go for the mentor over the money. What you can learn from some people by being around them, in their presence, watching how they work, listening to their story. Man, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm looking at a commercial space in Nashville for my Greatness Factory, and I'm dealing with a guy who has built every major commercial space in Nashville. And I'm learning from him. How does he sell? How does he dress? How does he operate? How does he maneuver? How does he play the game? How does he work with the city? Right? 10 years from now, I may be developing big commercial structures. Who knows? I'm learning how to raise capital through my Monster Capital division. I'm learning how to buy things with other people's money and using my influence. I'm learning how to build a gym because I'm a partner in a gym right now. I'm learning valuable things that I can sell to other people. Now, people ask me about this F45 gym. This is a great example because I'm partnered with the people who own F45 gym here. And so now I'm working out there. And people ask me, why would you do that? Because I believe in the whole person, body, mind, heart, and spirit. I also believe in a great workout. I believe it builds confidence. But let me tell you the big reason I'm doing it. If I can get this gym to a very successful level with 400 members, okay, then there are 2,000 other F45s that I can sell something to. That's a much bigger play than selling one gym. I got to get one gym going to sell to 2,000 other gyms. But once I know the formula, now I have something to sell. Does everybody see that? To have the formula, I gotta make one work. The key to the many is to the one. Now let me take a couple questions here. Okay. Do you have to have direct contact to have considered to be a mentor, or can long distance? Great question. No, you don't have to have direct contact. I met Covey one time for 10 minutes and he was the greatest mentor of my life. I met him one time for 10 minutes. He signed my book. If you ever read Person of Interest, this book here, there's a picture of me in the book with my mentor, Covey. Look at all that hair. That's me meeting my mentor. I got 10 minutes with him, man. That's it. And those 10 minutes changed my whole life, man. I almost get emotional just thinking about going to Boston, Massachusetts. I had to borrow the money from my mama. I was so non-sophisticated that I rented a room in a nursing home. That's a true story. I'd never been to Boston before. I went online to book a room, and a nursing home up there was selling unrented spaces. I stayed in a nursing home. That was my room, just to meet my mentor. What are you willing to do to meet your mentor? Where are you willing to go to get in the presence of greatness? What are you willing to invest in yourself to get better? What are you willing to do to attain your dreams, to write your book, to speak on a stage? What are you willing to do? Okay, so when you're thinking about it, what have you been through? What have you learned? Who have you learned under? Now, one of the greatest theories I learned from my buddy Tim Story, I just did a session with him a minute ago, celebrity life coach. He's been on Oprah Winfrey. He and I are doing the comeback campaign in Dallas and Nashville, full day with us. Here's what I learned from him. To do something big, you got to go through a cycle. I want you to write this cycle down. First, you have a big revelation. First, you have a big revelation. That's some big aha moment. Boom, dramatic. Revelation is dramatic moment. I'm supposed to write a book about this. I'm supposed to help other people about this. Like I'm having a revelation right now, just telling you there's something I'm supposed to be doing in my hometown that I'm not doing. Going back and helping kids in my hometown because of the leadership academy I went to, because of that dentist that changed my life. I'm supposed to be going back to my hometown doing it, but I ain't doing it right now. So I got to get back to doing it. I got to go do it. I got a revelation. Second, because of the revelation, I got conviction. Okay. If I pinned you down right now, every person on this call, 21 people on this call, there should have been 2,100 people on this call because it's one of the most valuable things I talk about. Okay. If I pinned you down right now, Liz Pittman or Lynn Gibson or Matthew Coots or Ryan Shive or Sandina or Sean Vernon and Jamie Hull, and I said, look, there's somebody you're supposed to be helping. There's somebody that can benefit from your message. It could change their whole life. You've gone through something that can help another person. You've had the revelation. Do you have the conviction to go do it? Whether they pay you or don't pay you, whether you make $1 or don't make $1. Like I know the concept was packaging your past to make millions. I've made millions with my past. Okay. And I'm just now figuring the game out. 10 years from today, I may be making 50 million a year with my past. Every year you figure something new out. It's like boom, 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 boom. Oh, this is valuable. That was valuable. If you've had revelation, then you have conviction, and then you're willing to take action. Many of you on this call tonight need to write the book. Many of you need to get on a stage. Many of you need to build an online academy. Many of you need to start a course. Many of you need to have a 4-week mentoring program. Many of you need to package and sell. Now, you're going to tell me, well, I'm selling insurance, coach. No, you're not selling insurance because anybody can sell insurance. You're selling your past. Okay, I'm not selling coaching. I'm selling the wisdom from 28 years of human behavior. I'm selling the psychology of activating prey drive. I'm selling a methodology. I'm not selling coaching. I'm selling an outcome. Okay, I'm selling a result. Work with me. I know how to get you there. I know how to do it. I know how to get you the results you're looking for. I know with certainty. What are you selling? Now, how do we package that? What is packaging? Okay. Now, I want to stop here and ask in comments, tell me what it is you're selling. What would somebody buy from your past? What is it? A book? Is it a program? Is it an online course? Is it a mentoring? Like I want to go back to my hometown and mentor kids in a success school, like a little flip the switch for juniors. So I called the principal of the high school. I said, man, I don't want anything from you. I don't want any money. I got a building that I own up in my home city. I'd like to run leadership camps for those kids. Because at 15, 16 years old, I went to a leadership academy, changed my whole life. And one dentist sewed into me. I'd like to pay it forward. What would you like? What do you have in your past? Okay, Kevin Jones, working on a CE course, restoration, good. Good for you. Story about my life. Each chapter seemed to open a door as if by accident. Good. These are concepts from your past. What is it you have? What are you going to say? Right? Okay. So be thinking of this. What have you been through? What have you learned? Who have you learned under? Okay. I've been coached by some of the best people in the world. Okay. I paid for that coaching. I invested in my coaching. Why? I could turn around and sell it. I can sell my concepts. Now, what does it mean to package something? This is something a lot of people struggle with. Okay. This is something a lot of people struggle with. Okay. Good. I'm seeing it, right? Matthew Coots, thank you. Full. Okay. All right. Good. I like it. Turn program. Okay. Good. We've got some stuff we're working on here, guys. What does it mean to package something? This is packaging. This is a book I wrote for churches called The Accountable Church. Packaging. This is a product. Packaging. Online courses. Workbooks. This is a workbook for my $1 Million Coaching Summit with all my content in there about how I coach people, how to be a coach. This is packaging. This shirt I'm wearing is packaging, Monster Producer. packaging is anything the consumer can feel, touch, taste, or see. Thank you, Sandina. Okay, packaging is anything a consumer or another person can feel, taste, touch, see. Okay, packaging. When I'm building this greatness factory, when you walk into this greatness factory in Nashville, you're going to be like, whoa, this is incredible. The way this is packaged. So let me tell you where it starts. It starts in my mind. It starts by looking at a vision. Where does packaging start? Look at all these notes on this place. This is my new greatness factory. This is where it's going to be. It starts by having a vision. You go there in your mind before you go there in the body. One place where you go to become great. Okay, this is a vision. That's all it is. Then it turns into more granular. Coach, what are you going to put on each floor? Here's what I'm going to put on each floor. Boom, boom. Then you start, what's the square footage and the dimensions? This is packaging. Now, when I'm done with this puppy, it's going to be one of the coolest buildings in the world. Offices, podcast studios, shared space, training facilities, meditation spa, gym. Man, it's going to be cool. I'm going to package that puppy up, and then I'm going to license it to people around the world. And my vision is to have 100 greatness factories, 1,000 greatness factories, 10,000 greatness factories. Okay. If they can package up McDonald's and sell burgers, I can package up greatness and sell it. Okay. So packaging is anything the consumer can feel, touch, taste, smell. Here's some examples. A book is packaging. If you want to write a book, we can help you. We got a publishing division. We can help you write the book. A program, Monster Producer, my coaching program, is a program that I've packaged. A small group. See, some of you don't get started because you think it's too big. It's too much stuff, right? You don't get started because there's too many. There's like too many steps, man. It seems too hard. No, it's not hard. You just got to get started. Frank B, you can get started with 4 people. When I first started coaching, guys, I was coaching 1 or 2 people. Now there's 450 in my coaching program. There's over 1,000 people we're servicing every month. There's 200,000 people who listen to my podcast. There's 400,000 people that are around the world follow me in some way. Those numbers are small, by the way. They need to be way bigger. So a program, a small group, a mastermind. A mastermind is just people getting together, talking about ideas. And first, it can be for free. One of the smartest things I ever did, okay, and I see a question down here. I'll come back and answer. Jamie Hull. One of the smartest things I ever did, guys, when I started, is I started a mastermind called the $1 Million something. It was for those that wanted to make $1 million a year. And I call it the $1 Million Mastermind or something. It was free. People brought like $20 a quarter. That paid for the food and the chips. And man, I just got in there and we just talked about how do we make $1 million, man. That was one of my first coaching programs. Just how do we do it? All right, let me take this question from Jamie Hull. I've been mentoring for years. I'm now launching spiritual direction coaching business for women. I help women connect better with God to discover the next step he has for the purpose. That's good. Now it's got to be packaged, Jamie. How do I buy it? Right? How do I buy it? See, this is the big piece we all got to understand. All right, you got something. How do I get it? Where do I go? Okay. And where do I go is now we got to take a concept. And I'm going to share my screen with you to show you what I mean here by a concept. Okay. And what I mean by this is let me take a concept here and let me put it in here and show you what I mean. If you went to my website, okay, and I want to show you what I mean here. If you go to coachburt.com and you look at my site, okay, let me move this out of the way here. What I do is I come up with concepts that I package. Okay, so let's say we go here to events. These are concepts. I got a monster growth boot camp. That's where you learn my sales system. I've got the comeback tour. It's coming up with me and Tim Story and Sharon Lecter. She sold 42 million books. This woman right here, Tim Story, been on Oprah Winfrey, coaching P. Diddy right now. I got $1 million coaching summit. Boom. Where you come and I teach you how to speak, coach, train. Look at these videos. Kara, I like what you did with that video, Kara. I got a 0 to Diamond series with a top real estate agent. I got a flip the switch boot camp. Now look, this is just a concept. Okay. This is just these are all concepts. I got a monster publishing retreat. What else have I got? I got a scale with speed retreat. Right? I've got a living with a monster. That's my wife's book retreat, couples retreat. Now, why am I showing you all this stuff, guys? These are just concepts from the past that we have packaged. This is packaging. Now, let me show you. Packaging means, okay, how do I, so Jamie, this is what I mean. Jamie, take a concept, then that turns into this, right? Turns into a landing page, right? See the landing page gives the information. 2-day experience, 50 high potential. There's my lodge. That's packaging. All of this is packaging. Everybody see this? This is how you package an idea, guys. You package it up in a way that other people can buy it. So what you say, man, is I want to buy this. Shoot, it's only $500. How do I take action and buy it? Right there. Boom. You buy it right there. Now, here's my point to you. I'm showing you these things, right? I'm showing you these things because packaging is, you got a concept, but then you got to take the concept and you got to put it in a form. You got to put it in a form that I can buy it. And if you don't want to sell it, I can participate in it. Okay. It's like you got a concept. So here's the deal. Packaging is this. I got an idea. I want to coach people in how to speak, coach, train, lead. Therefore, I'm going to do a 4-week mentoring program called $1 Million Mentoring. Okay. I got a 4-week program I want to do. It's called $1 Million Mentoring. It's done via Zoom. I'm going to teach you how to do what I've learned how to do over a 4-week cycle. Okay. That's packaging. Okay. And Kara, if you want to put the link in there for the 4-week $1 Million Mentoring, I'll show them exactly what I mean. So here's my point. I got a concept. Hey, I've been doing this for 28 years, man. I can help people. How many, 81% of people say they want to write a book. They want to speak. They want it, right? 81% of people say they want to do something. Okay. Now, Kara posted the link to the mentoring. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull it up. There's a link. Now let me share my screen and I'll show you exactly what I mean here. Okay. $1 Million Mentoring. Boom. There it is. There's my idea. $1 Million Mentoring. Get started building your speaking and coaching business with one of the fastest growing coaches in America. Hey, that'd be me. Okay. All right. Now, how much is it? It's $997 every Tuesday in August. Then you go through and it tells you what you're going to learn. Weekly mentoring with Coach Burt, special video intensives in this 4-week accelerator. Here's all the things you're going to learn. Okay. So it's 4 weeks of coaching. There you secure your ticket. This is packaging. Okay. This is packaging right here. This shows you how to take an idea. Notice how it's all branded. $1 Million Mentoring, Coach and Me speaking. Okay. Now, the reason I'm showing you guys this is because this is where people fall off the wagon. This is where people fall off the wagon. They fall off the wagon and they got an idea, but they don't know how to sell the idea. Well, the idea has to be packaged. Okay. Events, books, audio, video. There are all kinds of people who can help you do this, by the way. We can help you do it because we've done it. Concepts that can be sold. So does anybody have any question about the packaging piece? You need a good graphic designer. You need people to understand how to do ClickFunnels. We can introduce you to those people. You need people that can build simple landing pages where people can see something and take action. Okay. So that's packaging. Anything the consumer can feel, taste, touch, or see. Now I take my daughter. My daughter loves a restaurant. I don't know why. Because everything is average there and the food is below average. Okay. It's called the Rainforest Cafe. And when me and my daughter, who's 8 years old, be 8 in 2 weeks, go on a date night, she's like, Daddy, can we go to the Rainforest Cafe? I'm like, oh, Lord. Of all the restaurants we could go to, why will we go to the Rainforest Cafe? It's terrible. Come on, Tillman Fertitta. But that they got to make money. He bought that restaurant, and they make millions of dollars with it, right? Every 30 minutes, the little jungle goes through, and I don't know what they do. It's like it's raining, and the gorillas come out and do something, and the elephants are lying, right? My daughter, and they got little fish running around. I'm like, man, this is terrible. Food's terrible. It's packaging. You're not just going to a restaurant. You're going to the Rainforest Cafe. That's packaging. And he's made millions of dollars with a crappy restaurant. No offense to you, Tillman. I love your work, but that's right. It's just bad packaging. Now, so the concept is, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to call on somebody, and I'm going to ask them a question. Okay? So Jamie, I'm going to allow you to talk. Do you want to talk for a second, Jamie Hull? And you may be like, nope, I don't want to talk, Coach.
Sure.
All right. Now, based on what you're hearing, what are you missing?
Courage.
All right.
I am very confident in what I do, but I'm moving. I've spent 35 years mentoring women and doing everything, volunteering it. But as you know, Coach, volunteering won't pay for my websites and everything that I do. So I'm moving into, I am certified and have been for coaching. So now I'm moving into a business. And I'm really excited about it, but I'm just not confident.
All right. Now, here's the only way to get confident. And good thing for you, I wrote a book on confidence, okay? Is confidence literally the next person that wants you to mentor them? You need to say, I have a program for women, and it's $9.97 or whatever, $67. I don't care what it is, $97, $107. You don't want it to be $666. That's the only thing I tell you. And you say, I got a program. It's a 4-week program. Let me tell you how simple it is. I do it on Zoom, or ever how you do it, 1-to-1, 1-to-many. And you say, hey, the program's this. And you say, which credit card would you like to put it on? And you can run it through Square, collect the $9.97. You don't need some sophisticated back-end system. They literally give you their credit card, and you go, okay, you run it through Square, you connect it to your account, and you just made $997. Now, you do that with 50 people, Jamie, you just made $50,000. And it's literally, it's that easy. Okay. And so what I want you to do is, this is a hard part. When people started asking me, how much do you charge for your coaching? I had no idea, Jamie, none. I'm like, boy, I don't know. And a guy asked me I said, give me 3 hours with my team. How much is it? And I said, $350. And he said, great, I'll take it. And I'm like, what? Really? Okay, super. How do you collect? I didn't even know how to take his credit card. And so he gave me a check. Now, this is 20 years ago. Okay. But here's the deal. When I retired from coaching, some of you just have the guts to start asking this question, is I retired from athletic coaching, and I spoke at a chamber event in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And one of the biggest home builders came up to me afterward and said, I don't know what you got, but I need some of it. This was during the recession. He said, come see me tomorrow. And I went the next day, and he said, I want you to coach me and coach our people. I never coached a home builder, knew very little about real estate back in those days. He said, how much is it going to cost me? And I said, I had no idea. You know what I said? I said it'd be $125,000. And he looked at me and said, tell you what, let's round it to 120 and get started tomorrow. And I was like, what? This dude's going to pay me $120,000. And he did. And he did. And then Jamie, I got more confident asking for money. People would say, how much is it? I said, man, it's $100,000. Okay, let's go. Let's get started. Right? Like that's really, it literally just takes one. The key to the many is to the one. Does that help you?
Excellent. Thank you so much. This has all been so great.
Good. Thank you for being coachable. All right. Now, here's what I'm trying to tell you guys is this is the good stuff. Because if you don't make any money with it, guys, right? If you don't make any money with this, disable talking. Okay. If you don't make any money with it, like to Jamie's point, you're just out there coaching for free. You got something valuable, folks. You've been through something. You created something. Why in the world you don't go down to the grocery store and they just give you the food? right? You pay for it because you got something valuable. You got to make up your mind. You have something valuable. So how do we make millions of dollars with this? Okay. I'm going to give you something I wish I had 20 years ago. Some of you just want to know how to make $100, and that's okay. I'm at the point in my life where I am trying to generate and earn 25,000 an hour, 100,000 an hour. I'm at the point in my life of where I'm trying to generate $250,000 in an hour. I would have never thought like this 20 years ago. I wanted to know how I can make $100. Now my mind is like, okay, Russell Brunson made $3.5 million speaking at 10X. Okay. When I spoke at 10X, I think that day we made 100, maybe 150,000 in an hour, but I didn't know what I was doing. If I'd have known what I was doing, I'd have made a whole lot more, but we did make $1 million for me speaking at 10X. Here's my point. How do you take your past and package and sell it for millions? You guys have seen books that have made millions of dollars. You have seen movies that have made millions of dollars. You have seen concepts that have made millions of dollars. Johnny Carrabba in Houston's one of my friends. He had one Italian restaurant in Houston. There is now 280 Carrabbas restaurants. It's just a concept, right? To get to 280, you got to start with one. You got to charge money. So how do you make millions for this? I'm going to give you a concept. I'm going to show you how I do it in my coaching program that generates $1 million to $2 million a year. I got a coaching program called Monster Producer. It's based on my past of being able to activate the prey drive in people, coach people through a system, offer accountability and structure, show them what I know about running a business and making millions of dollars or producing millions of dollars. That's the program called Monster Producer, okay? We sell that program for $299 a month. Now, we could go out and get 1,000 monster producers, right? And let's just do the math. If I went out and I sold 1,000 monster producers at $35.88, that's how much $299 times 12 is. We produce $3.5 million in that coaching program if we sold 1,000 people. Currently, I have 450. So let's just say, for math purposes, I got 450 people, and they're paying $35.88 a piece. Okay, that's $1.6 million that I can make with my coaching program. $1.6 million. Okay, now you say that's good, Coach. Now, how does the coaching program work? I package it up. I do a Monday call every week. I do a Tuesday, Thursday Facebook message. I do an email to their database. I do a live event every month. You say, well, that's good, Coach, but that's nothing compared to how we can make millions with it. Now, let's try a different strategy. Let's say I go to a company that has 5,000 people. Or okay, let me do it. I got a better one for you. Okay, let's say I go to a company that's got 500 people. And I say, look, I know that all 500 of these insurance agents are not going to pay $35.88. Tell you what I'll do, Mr. CEO. I will give every insurance agent at your company my coaching program, all 500 for $588. One-time payment. I want the money up front. Now, we do $588. We have just produced $294,000. Everybody see that? And we did it at $588 a person. Now, all I got to do is figure out how to get in front of 500 agents. Well, I'm doing that right now. I'm getting in front of 1,000 State Farm agents. I'm getting in front of 7,000 Loan Depot originators. I'm getting in front of 500 Farm Bureau insurance agents. I'm getting in front of people all over the world like that. Hey, I'll give it to you at $588 if you take action today. Now, it ain't that easy, but it could be. Now, let me show you another way. I'm working on a deal with Glazer Sports. They have a database of 3 million high school coaches. Guess what I used to be? A high school basketball coach. And I won a championship, and I wrote a book on it, and I wrote confidence books. Guess what those high school coaches want to do? They want to win championships. So I go to Glazer Sports and I say, hey, I know you guys got it. I know you're trying to make money right now because you used to do live events and you can't do live events. Let's do this. Let's do a webinar. Let's make it cheap. I will do a full day on confidence. I will break down my whole book on confidence. And I will do that at $9.99. Are you kidding me? $9.99? Yeah, I need you to push it out to 3 million people. And you say, this is the dude. He's going to do a full day boot camp, full day in that world coaching clinic. and he's going to do a full day for this amount of money. Let's just say 300,000. Okay, 999 times 300,000 people take advantage of that. We just made $2.9 million. Okay, now let's say, look, I don't want to be greedy because I'm not a greedy person. I'm going to give you guys 20% of that back. So you guys are going to make 600,000. I'm going to give my agent some money because he's the one that put this deal together. So I'm going to take 2.9, okay, million. I'm going to take away X number of percentage for the agent. I'm going to minus that times 599 equals that. I'm going to minus that. Let's just say 399 for him. Let's just say if he puts the deal together, Coach Burt made $1.9 million. Now, how long did it take me to make $1.9 million? Anybody want to guess? Simple. One day. How many of you would take 1.9 million for a day? I would. But you don't learn how to do that in a day. You learn how to do that in 28 years of doing it. This is why your past is so critical, man. I used to try to sell people one at a time. Let me get one monster producer, $299. Let me get two monsters. Let me get three monsters. Then I started saying, no. How do we get 500? How do we get 300,000? What if I gave away my coaching program to 3 million? I said, man, I'll give all 3 million coaches this deal for $1. Still made $3 million. This is how you package and make millions of dollars, folks. And the reason I'm excited is because I just figured it out over the last few years. Okay. And now I'm trying to help you figure it out. So I want to tell you, I'm telling you this because once you understand what I'm teaching you, once you have a concept, you start asking, who wants the concept? Can I speak on it? Can I coach on it? Can I train on it? Can I make an offer on it? Can I sell a product on it? Now we're doing it. Okay. Now you guys have stuck around to the end, man. And this is incredible. You stuck around to the end. So it must have been real good. Here's what I want to do tonight. Here's what I want to do for you. If you stuck around to the end, I'm going to give you something that's going to blow your mind, Sean Vernon. I'm going to give you something that's going to blow your mind. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. And here's what I want to do. If you're here tonight and you stuck around and you really want to learn how to do this, you really want to learn how to do it, this is where you can do it. 4-week mentoring program with me. It's $997 investment. Let me ask you a question. If I helped you make $1 million, would you give me 997 of it? Okay. What do you get? What do you get with that 4-week mentoring series? Weekly mentoring with me, video intensives, behind the scenes access to coach and my monster producer team. Here's everything you get, folks. How to create a message that will sell, how to position by concept, how to build your speaking, how to market and distribute your channels to get your message out, how to get on stages, how to sell your speaking, how to price your services, how to turn a single speaking engagement to $150,000, how to position yourself, how to put together 6-figure coaching contracts, of which I do every week. Now, here's the deal. Since you stuck around to the end, here's what I'm going to give you. Okay. And I think Kara's going to post it. I'm going to give you 4 weeks with me for $997. But as who was it? Bob Barker on The Price is Right. That ain't all, Bob. I'm going to give him something else. I'm going to give you also one of two things that I'm going to let you pick. I will give you a boot camp, 2-day boot camp with me called the Monster Growth System that shows you how to sell your coaching, shows you how to sell your product or service, or I will give you my boot camp called Flip the Switch. Okay. 2-day boot camp with me. So the $997 gets you the mentoring. Okay. And it can get you either the 2-day boot camp on how to sell the coaching called the Monster Growth Boot Camp, or Flip the Switch, which is 2 days with me, probably 2 of the best days I've ever done in my life. Okay. And that's the offer we're making tonight. People want to spend 4 weeks with me on this concept, $997, plus you can get Flip the Switch, or you can get my Monster Growth Boot Camp. That's a heck of an offer, guys. That is really, really ridiculous. So here's the deal, folks. I don't know who's out there. Okay. Kevin Jones is currently in it. Okay. You came to Flip the Switch. Sean Vernon's already moving in with me. So he's on a move-in package with Coach. I appreciate that. If you're out there and you're watching, that's the deal. 4-week $1 million mentoring, and you get Flip the Switch boot camp or the Monster Growth boot camp. That's probably $5,000 worth of value that we're giving you for $997. The link is right here where it says $1 million mentoring. Okay. Kevin Jones says, I'm in the current mentoring program. Good program. What's the move in? A little bit more expensive than the $997 to move in with me. Okay. But if you want to move in with me, I'll talk to my wife. Maybe for $1 million, we can make it happen. Okay. Now, here's the deal. Or some nights, maybe my wife would pay you $1 million to let me move in with you. Now, here's what I'm saying, guys. When I was 25 years old, I invested $2,500 in myself. I didn't have $2,500. I went to my own mother and I said, Mom, I want to learn the 7 habits of highly effective people because I know it will change my life. Okay. I know it will change my life if you will just give me this money. And Mom gave me $2,500. I invested, spent the money, invested the money, learned the 7 habits, made millions of dollars as a result of that. I was a high school basketball coach. So I know it takes courage to, Jamie said it earlier, it takes courage, man, to invest in yourself. But I'm telling you, from a guy who knows how to do this, a guy who has done it, how to package and sell. Some of you we're going to be having this talk 5 years from today. And you're not going to be making millions of dollars. You're not going to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars. The average coach out there makes less than $50,000 a year, if that. We did 260,000 this past month, my coaching business. That does not count all my real estate. That does not count all my partnerships. That does not count all the other things we're doing. Right. And I'm figuring out how to do 250,000 in a day. Okay. So here's the best thing I can tell you. If you don't invest in yourself, then you're going to have this dream, this idea, this concept, this, you're going to have this inside of you, and you're never going to figure out how to do it. I pay for my daughter to get horse riding lessons. I pay for her to go to gymnastics. I pay for her to go to a private school. Like, we pay for our kids to do things, but we don't pay for us to do things. And I want to really challenge you tonight that if what I told you tonight you think is good, I'm going to show you how to do it in this mentoring program. 4 weeks with me, 2-day boot camp with me, $997. That's the best deal I can offer you guys. And I'm in a deal-making mood, as my team will tell you. So if you guys will post it again, Kara, post the link again so people can take action on it. Don't play around with your potential, man. I heard Ed Mylett say this one night. One of the best talks I ever heard Mylett give. He talked about the reason he was worth $400 million is because he quit being casual with his potential. He said, some of you in this room are too casual with your potential, and I would run circles around you because you're so casual with your potential. I'm going to go on. I believe this with all of my heart, that I'm going to go on to be hopefully the next Covey. I'm going to impact people all over the world, nationally and internationally. And there's going to be a day that there's not 19 people on here, that there's 19,000 people on here. I believe that. And when I first started, I had 4 people. I didn't have 400,000. I had 4. Okay. And I know through the last 18 years of doing this that I can help you. So if you're interested, take advantage of the offer. Quit playing with your potential, man. It's $997. Okay. Take action. And if something happens and you can't take action on $997, but you want to do it, I'll work with you. If you want a payment plan, I had a dude the other day that couldn't pay $588. Said, man, I want to do it so bad I can't see straight. I said, put it into payments. I'll take $50 a month. That's what you want to do, because I want to help you. I'm here to help you. I know I can't help you till you commit. So there's my team members right there. If you have a familiarity with one of them, call them. They'll work a deal with you. Or if you're ready to pony up and do it, just go to that link right there, $1 Million Mentoring. Sign up tonight. You'll get started. 4 weeks mentoring plus 2 days boot camp. Listen, man, that's $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 worth of value. I would strongly encourage you to do it. And I will show you this formula, and then I'll close. How to extract your past. Who would it help? Who would pay for it? Okay. What can I package it into that can be sold? How can I market it? I'm just now becoming a great marketer, man. And how can I add a sales component to it, which is what I would teach you at the Monster Growth Bootcamp. I teach you how to sell your coaching. Okay. Kara said it, this offer for the bonus ends today, ends at 7 p.m. So at 6, you got 1 hour to make up your mind if you want to do it. At 7 p.m., the boot camp bonus goes away. Okay, thank you for reminding me on that, Kara. At 7 p.m. tonight, all you can get some mentoring. You can't get to boot camp. Boot camp alone is worth the $997. 2 days with me is worth more than $9. I think Sean Vernon would tell you 2 days with me could be worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to you. Okay, so it's 7 o'clock tonight. I'm not trying to pressure you, but that goes away because I just can't keep giving away stuff for free, man. I'm giving away so much stuff right now. Lori Style would tell you, she spent the weekend with me, that it's worth a whole lot more than what you're getting tonight. So if you want to take advantage of the bundle, please go do it. I can't help you till you commit, but once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail, man. It ain't in my DNA. It ain't in my, that single mama who raised me taught me how to see something through to its conclusion. So God bless you. If you need anything from me, reach out to these people. Take action tonight. You got 1 hour before the offer is over. 2 days with me is worth it. I'm telling you, trust me when I tell you I have a certainty and 28 years of experience. I can get you there. It's a small investment to make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Okay. You guys have a great night. God bless you.